Well, Matt, it's been a week since we spoke. Not a lot of action, but mainly after that frustrating trip up to Oldham last Saturday. It's the first time I've spoken to you since then. The word frustrating probably doesn't cover it.
No, it certainly was to get out, the players and the staff all travelling up on the Friday. Myself leaving first thing and bumping into a few supporters on the train first thing Saturday morning because I tested negative on both days to allow me to travel up on the Saturday. So to get up there, yes, it was heavy rain when we got up there, and it wasn't great. But to turn up at the ground just after 1 o'clock, I felt the decision had probably already been made before I got there. The pitch wasn't playable, if I'm being honest, when I walked on it. But I didn't think it was far off. I thought, I was a little bit disappointed there wasn't any work going on the pitch when I walked into the ground, and it didn't look like there had been. So to travel all that way, to see our supporters all travel up that way, to spend their money, and to get there and have that called off so late is a huge disappointment. And you just want to play games of football, and we were on a good roll, and we just wanted to keep playing, and that was very frustrating that pitch wasn't playable. And they couldn't get it playable for us to play another game. So it was a little bit out of our control. We had to accept the decision and travel back on Saturday afternoon, which obviously means now we've got to go back up there on a Tuesday night. So we'll wait for that one to get rearranged. But yeah, a very disappointing weekend all round.
Did you get the feeling when you got there was any chance that the referee could be persuaded to wait for an hour or so since everybody was there?
He originally talked about trying to delay the kickoff, but he was also very concerned about the forecast for the afternoon. But you never know exactly what's going to happen with those forecasts, so you can't completely rely on them. But no, he was quite adamant sort of around 1:15 that he felt that it wasn't playable at the time, and two, even if you did a bit of work and gave yourselves a bit of time with the alleged forecast coming in, that he felt that the game was not going to start, not going to be able to play, and certainly not finish.
So it's very, very frustrating, and a trip back on Saturday afternoon. Then you've had a week of training. Everybody recovered from the COVID situation the previous week, and been a good week training.
Yeah, we had a good week's training. Worked them hard because of the little break that we've had. No COVID cases whatsoever in the staff or the players, which is good news after daily testing. So it's a positive week on that front. We have had one player who's gone down with a little bit of a sickness bug, no COVID symptoms, but sort of sickness and whatever, who missed a day or two's training and hopefully be fit enough for the bench tomorrow. And then we just picked up a slight injury with one of our players as well. And it's difficult for me because I'm not going to give that information out to you now, Tony, with potentially the opposition to just giving them that information at this stage. So you'll soon see who those one or two players are going to be when the team sheet comes out tomorrow. But other than that, we've got a fit squad, and we're looking forward to the game.
Talking of the opposition tomorrow, at Stevenage. Played them twice this season already. We knocked them out of the Papa John's Trophy on penalties. One in had our first league win actually back in September. Seems a long time ago. They've made some signings during the window already. Paul Tisdale's picked up some experienced signings. They had a good result last week, so probably league position a little bit misleading.
Definitely. When you look at, they've certainly changed, obviously, their manager and personnel since we played them at home in the league game right back at the start of the season. A great and memorable day that was for the club. Paul Tisdale, who's an experienced manager and who's done very well and been very successful at this level, for him to get appointed, I think the day or two before the Papa John's game. But since then, when the window's open, he's made some signings. You're just looking at the teams and the way he's gone. He's tweaked a little bit with his formations and maybe with his style in the several games that he's had in charge. But to then get their first win under him on Saturday against Walsall, and you just look at their team and the personnel and the players and the experience. They've got a hell of a lot of experience in the team, and they certainly know how to get results themselves. So no, it's going to be an extremely tough game on Saturday, and we certainly need to be at it all over the pitch to hopefully try and get a result.
And you notice generally over the last couple of weeks, the sides down towards the lower reaches of the table have made signings, and they've all picked up most of them picked up some decent results recently. So as the old cliche, there's no easy games.
I don't think there's a very. I think there's a very, very small gap, hardly a gap at all between the top teams and the bottom teams in this league, and anyone can beat anyone. And it's such a tight division, and you have to earn every point, no matter who you're playing or where you're playing. So yeah, as I say, it's an extremely competitive division, and the ones who maybe have not had the strongest first half of the season have looked to recruit, added a couple in, and it's no surprise that suddenly you maybe pick up a couple of results by doing so. So Stevenage certainly fall into that category. I know that for sure they'd want to be higher up the table, but we're only halfway through the season. They've added firstly a manager as well as some new signings. And they'll be looking to climb that table for sure in the second half of the season, and that's what we've got to be completely aware of when we go and face them on Saturday, and what a tough game it's going to be.
And when you see that happening, it must make it even more pleasing that we've had such a good first half of the season and we're in a comparatively healthy position.
Yeah, both in terms of where we are squad wise, the competition we've got. Touch wood, we haven't suffered too much from injuries. Yes, we've had certain spells. We seem okay at the moment and fit better health, as well as the points we've managed to put on the board at this stage of the season. So yes, we're in a good place, but we're certainly not getting carried away with where we are. And we know in football, and certainly with the amount of games we've got coming up in a short space of time, that we just got to be head down, focused, working hard, and concentrating on the next game. Just keep putting those points on the board.
I think looking at the calendar yesterday, tomorrow's the 15th of January. We go to Bristol Rose and the rearranged game on the 15th of February. I think it's something like 9 games between now and then. It's going to be a hectic schedule.
Yeah, exactly. Soon coming into the thick and fast of Tuesday nights, pretty much relentlessly. But we don't mind that. We like that. We like going into games. We're a fit, young, energetic team, and we can cope with that just like we did last year. I think we played 9 Tuesdays in a row last year in the second half of the season, and we just kept churning the results out. And with us strengthening the squad, both with quality and numbers from last year, I've got good options and good competition in every position. So, like I've explained to the players, that the whole squad will be used over this period, and I've got the luxury and the good recruitment that we've done as a group of staff to get us into this position. So it's not just luck, but I'm fortunate that we've recruited well, and we've got a strong competitive squad that I can freshen it up here and there, taking it each game as it comes.
And I think the difference between last season, I think of those 9, I think 6 of them are at home. So it's a chance for us supporters to get two lots of three home games in a row, I think.
Yeah, and we've been strong at home and have been for quite a while now. So we've got to keep making sure we can keep doing that. And like you say, we've played more games away at the 23 than we certainly have at home. So we need to catch up on some home games, which is good, just as long as we can keep that home form going. But as I say, not looking too far ahead, looking how many games we've got. We've just got a game against Stevenage tomorrow. We've got to pick the team to go and get us a result there tomorrow. Dust ourselves down, come back in Monday, ready to prepare and pick that right team for Colchester on Tuesday night. But it is literally just very much a cliche, but it is just a game at a time, and picking that team stroke squad to go and get that result.
You mentioned earlier about Stevenage making some signings in the transfer window and our recruitment. It's been a quiet window from our point of view so far. Is it likely to stay that way?
Yeah, I'm not looking to do much, to be honest. As I said, I'm happy with what we did in the summer and certainly where we're sitting. We're bringing in Stuart Nelson on a contract for the rest of the season. I mean, he's played however many games in the Football League and he's vastly experienced. Age is just a number with him. He's 40 years old, but he's extremely fit, looks after himself, and he's going to be a good acquisition to us to test Dino, to push Dino as well. But I think the main reason is I'm looking at Brad House, who I've been really pleased with, and we haven't confirmed it yet this afternoon, but I'm looking to loan Brad out to go and get some games for the second half of the season. So that'll benefit Brad, going to get a run of games under his belt. And then we bring in someone with the quality, the experience and desire of Stuart to enhance our goalkeeping department, knowing that, if anything happened to anyone at any time, that I've got 3 strong competitive goalkeepers that we can use wisely if we need to. So that's what I'm looking to do. today and try and get Brad done as well. Stuart's come in, and hopefully Brad this afternoon once I get that confirmed, and then I may possibly look to just bring one more in, and I'm looking at a few options there. So maybe one more, but as I say, I'm certainly not panicking on it, not rushing on it, and making sure it's the right one who's going to come in and fit into what we do, how we train, how we play, and first and foremost the team spirit and the work ethic we've got within the group. And it's important that right person and character comes in and fits in with what we're doing.
We look forward to tomorrow's game at Stevenage. So the first of a busy spell. Broadhall way tomorrow, Lameck Stadium, and we'll see you up there. And good luck for the game.
Brilliant. Thanks a lot, Tony. Cheers.